Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a while. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. This is a re-review. I don't do many of those, but every now and again. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom, it's my Dragon Ball shirt. Well, Goku and Yamcha, and Chaozu and Tien and Krillin. Yay! I love the original Dragon Ball series. I think it is a standout anime of its time. Dragon Ball Z, I still think is very good, but it's one of those ones where I came up with Dragon Ball Z, you know, like most people in America around my age. It was one of like my introduction animes, and I still think it's really solid. But man, like when I finally got the opportunity to see Dragon Ball, like it resonated with me more. You know, I like just the kind of adventure style of it. You know, like the journey of the whole thing. Whereas it kind of felt like with Dragon Ball Z, it really was just sort of going from opponent to opponent. Like there wasn't like an actual quest or anything. It was just sort of, all right, one day Raditz shows up, he's a dickbag, you know, all right, we take, you know, and to be fair, there were, you know, some quest elements to it, but I don't know, man. Still a good series, but I prefer the original. Also wearing a hat. I got this hat for winning a burger challenge. I went over there, ate a big ass burger, and it kind of works out appropriately here because, well, folks, what am I reviewing for you? Well, it is a re-review, but it's also a burger. Boom! It's the Big Game Burger from Arby's, which, at the time I'm reviewing this, I actually don't have the original review up, but I will make sure to get that set up. But I tried this maybe a couple weeks ago. It is a limited time burger from Arby's. It consists of, the whole kitsch of it is that it consists of 33% venison, 33% elk, and 33% ground beef. So, you know, it's got game meat in it. It's not just beef. And, you know, Arby's, they've done that similar things in the past. They used to have just a straight up venison burger for years. That was like a yearly thing. But now, seemingly, you know, they've kind of brought it back down. But it's got the blend. It also has Swiss cheese, crispy onions, sweet garlic and dill pickles, dark cherry steak sauce on a toasted brioche bun. Last time I had it, I kind of found it to be a little bit underwhelming, and I like to give a potentially good burger a second shot. So here we are today, folks. Let's take a look at it. Hopefully it will be properly delicious the way I wanted it to be last time. I mean, I don't know. I got it from the same Arby's and stuff, so, you know, we'll see how it goes. Let's take the thing out. Get the thumbnail, because, folks, boom, it looks like that. Can we go in? Ha 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 ha. That's what it looks like. Somewhat lopsided. Can we push you in a little bit more? We can. Hooray, I'm proud of us. Alright. Let's get a bite of this big, meaty bastard. I'm going to say right now, this is definitely better than the last one. If for no other reason so far than the fact that they didn't go over there and just completely drench it with the steak sauce. Because a big point of contention I have with the last one, I mean, go watch the video if you want my full thoughts on it, but my big point of contention with that one was that while the steak sauce tasted decent, like, it was just so much, and, like, you couldn't taste anything else. The steak sauce is really, really pungent with this. It's, you know, it really does kind of just go over there and sort of take over everything if you let it. That's paper that got stuck to the cheese. Whoops. Alright, well. Yeah, okay. Um, with this one, they were lighter with the steak sauce. And it's still there because it is so punchy. You don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. Mm. So with this one, I'm getting to taste the burger more, which is the whole kitchen of the burger. I mean, it's great to have a good steak sauce, what have you, but the burger is the big thing. So, how does the burger taste? The answer is decent. It's a very thick, very compact burger. So it's got a lot of heft to it. And that can be okay, but I find that when you do have those burgers that are like super compacted like that, they lose a lot of the juiciness. And that's definitely the case with this. Like, there's really not much in the way of like a nice juicy, kind of taste to it. It's kind of dry. But I mean, it's not a terrible burger. Can you tell that it's got like the gamey blend and stuff? Maybe a tiny bit. Because like I've had game burgers from other places. There is definitely a specific kind of flavor that comes with more gamey meat. Um, with this, it's kind of there. Like, let me put it this way. I can tell it's not just a straight beef burger. There's definitely something else to it. But, would I be able to go over there and tell you that it's, elk or venison specifically? I think that would be a little bit more of a stretch for me. Granted, I'm not, like an elk or venison authority. But, I would think maybe if I were just sort of hypothesizing, if I didn't know what the blend was, I would maybe almost think like maybe something like a pork and beef blend, but then like the flavor isn't exactly porkish either. I don't know. It's different, but the thing is, like, I've reviewed some of Arby's burgers before because they also did their premium burger line, and I'll be honest, I think I preferred those because with those they just use Angus beef. And it was juicy, it was tasty, With this, it's just okay. It's not a bad burger. And, well, I would say, yeah, there's a little something extra to it. I don't know that that something extra really outweighs just a solid beef burger. I think venison and elk and all that, I absolutely think that they have their place. But I think that in a fast food environment, even in a place like Arby's, I don't know that it really shines through the way that it should. I feel like those types of meats are really best in a more artisanal setting, As for the rest of the burger, the steak sauce is tasty. Again, it is a lot. It does not take a lot to overwhelm that burger with that steak sauce. It's very punchy. It has a nice, deep, sort of rich flavor to it. But I will be honest, if they're going to have that, they either need to make absolutely sure that the person making it understands how much should be on there, or conversely, go with one that's less punchy, because it's so punchy, it's overwhelming. It's not bad tasting, but it can be too much too quickly. As for the rest of the stuff, I mean, Swiss cheese is Swiss cheese. Kind of gets lost in the shuffle of everything else going on. Crispy onions are nice. I wouldn't say they make a huge difference beyond textural, because really, like, the flavors you're getting, the burger, the sauce, the onions are adding a little something in there. Swiss cheese is very kind of, it's just sort of there. And then you got the pickles, which you folks know I'm not a big pickle person, but in this case, I didn't mind them so much just because you had such heavy flavors going on. They kind of cut through it a little bit, so I was a little bit more willing to go with them. I didn't find them intrusive. But anyway, I mean, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with no, and I'm going to go with kinda. Because the thing is, would I say that this has redeemed the Big Game Burger? In certain ways, yes, but in certain ways, no. With the first one that I tried, there was so much sauce, it was hard to really get a good beat on anything else that I was, eating. With this one, there's less sauce, so I'm able to dissect a little bit better, but kind of what I'm finding is, like, it's really nothing that special, Like, it sounds like a great concept on paper, but the execution I just find to be very kind of okay, but nothing really to write home about. So for myself, I've had it twice now. That's more than enough times for me. I like the idea, but I think that this is the type of burger where it really needs to be, again, in like a more artisanal or handcrafted, type of environment. If I'm recommending it to people, again, kind of, like, I don't think it's a bad burger, and I think it's kind of worth trying, but with the fact that it is so easy for that sauce to overwhelm it, plus the fact that even once you get past the sauce, it's not anything super special in my opinion. See where I'm going with this? But try it if you want. It is a limited time item, so. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You can go over there, have yourselves a truly big game-tastic rest of your life. But it doesn't even have to be big game like the Big Game Burger. It could be like the big game, like you're winning the big game with the sports. It could be you're playing the big game and video games, and you're winning at that. Just whatever you want to apply it to. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not as possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. It is, man, it can be a crapshoot, Life keeps trudging along and just problems come up and then you got to deal with stuff and you got responsibilities and blah. Some people like that shit, man. My neighbor, you might even be able to hear him a little bit right now. That dude is always working on something, man. He's either doing yard work or he's tearing something up to rebuild something or doing something. Good on the guy. I think right now he's just taking out a swimming pool because we're in October, so I don't think he's going swimming anymore. But I'm not that guy. I'm super chill, lazy guy, so. But anyway, it is important when we run into those situations, though. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to try out a delicious burger from a place that you've, maybe been to, maybe not. And you know what? Maybe they'll have some sort of a food challenge and you can go over there. Maybe you can try to win yourself a spiffy hat like I did. I'm actually kind of sad. There was this other place that did a food challenge. It was another burger spot. And it's called Kabuto Burger. And I've been wanting to go there, man. They had this giant burger that they literally put a freaking, a wakizashi, which is a type of Japanese sword. Or was it a tanto? It's one or the other. I can't remember off the top of my head. They put it through the entire thing, and if you win it, you get the sword, you get your name on the wall. I wasn't expecting that I'd ever be able to try it and win it, but I just, the whole flair of it was really good. But sadly, they actually just closed down at the end of September, which sucks. I never got a chance to go there. But anyway, or conversely, I guess that's just a good lesson to go over there and try these things out while they're around and available. Sure. Bye.